Good afternoon. My name is Mike Oren. This is my Reflections Week 2 for the GoToTraining session last night for Visual Frameworks 1404. A lot to cover, jumping right into it. First off, we set up our JSON data, or we went over the JSON data for the assignment for Week 2. Instead of using the English and Spanish version of words, I went with the theme from last week, going into bands. I've got Avenged Sevenfold again, along with A Day to Remember. We set up the JSON data. That was the same as we learned in SDI, so nothing new there. But we did go over how to loop through it, how to take it step by step, going from the header over here, from the bands into the titles, into the actual members of the data. And to do that, we used our for loops. Console logging out for the first line, consoling out just the two main head titles, which is going to be Avenged Sevenfold and A Day to Remember. And then if we wanted to actually loop through the elements of the array, we would use this for loop, saying basically that while the variable n equals 0, the variable p is going to equal the band's member's length. So as long as this number is 0, it's going to loop through each individual member of the band till it reaches the end, and that's going to display our data for us. Now if we switch into my other workspace, we can go over what else we were talking about last night, which is version detection. And this is just getting a little long in the tooth, but basically we learned 2 lines of code to just basically tell us what software we were using, whether it be iOS, iPhone, iPad, or if we were using Android, which is OS name right here, and then version right there. And then we created a short little app just to tell us what device we were using. If the OS name comes back with iPhone, then we're going to get an alert saying you are using an iPhone, and it will tell us the OS version number. And then the last little tidbit we learned was creating our own custom event listeners and what's the word I'm looking for? Fire events, excuse me. We can create our own custom ones, and we learned how to make a timer off of that one. And that's basically the gist of what we went over. I tried to make this video and it turned out being 6 minutes, so I'm trying to be brief as possible because you were there and I was there. But that's basically what we learned. With all the computer issues and whatnot, we still managed to go over all the information required to complete our week 2 assignment. So with that being said, it's Mike Oren for the Week 2 reflection video, VFW 1404, signing out.